Yes, I am gay. And no, I do not regret coming out. Hi, my name's Isaac, and today is October 11th, 2014, also known as National Coming Out Day. Today's going to be a special video to me because I've kind of done a video about this, but I've never really gone into full detail about it because it was actually my first video I ever put on YouTube, was my coming out story. Now the reason I took it down off my YouTube channel is because it caused a lot of conflicts in my personal life and family life that I could have rephrased and prevented because of that video. So since I took that video down, I've been waiting for the right time to talk about my coming out story and tell the whole story from start to finish. Now before I start, I'm going to get a little personal here, a little deep. It's going to happen. I'd like to say to any family or close friends of any sort that have been involved in this story to know that if you were watching this right now, everything I say is 100% true, and no, I'm not doing it to hurt anybody. I'm doing it to share my story with the world. Because if it weren't for kids like me, nobody would be inspired to come out and be who they are. Let's get started. Ever since I was little, like young elementary school little, I knew there was something different about me. I wasn't really quite sure about what it was until about 4th grade when I realized I was different from other kids. I wasn't the young boy that played sports, hung out with his dude friends, did rough stuff at recess, stuff like that, played with monster trucks and army stuff and video games. I was never that type of kid. I was into music, art. All of my friends were girls, all of them. I liked fashion and stuff like that. I was really into electronics, but like that's really nothing. Everyone likes electronics, at least most kids my age do. I was just different from other kids my age. Boys, in that matter. So I always knew there was something different about me. And then, right around the beginning of, I want to say 6th, 5th grade, I knew that I was gay. I mean, part of me, ever since then, always denied it in a way and tricked me into thinking I wasn't, because I felt as if I were to ever be who I was, my parents and family would not like that, because my family is very, 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 very religious, which I have no problem with, because they have the right to be. It's what they want to be. It's who they are. And who am I to judge that? But one of the costs is that a lot of them don't support or believe in homosexuality. So this obviously caused a lot of conflict in my brain, thinking that I was never going to be able to be who I really was and share that with the world. Up until last year, it was my freshman year of high school, a couple days after Christmas, I was just having the worst emotional problems because of my situation, and it was just eating me up. So one day I decided that it was time to tell someone. Not everyone, but one person that I could trust to keep that secret for until I was ready. About a couple days or a week or so after Christmas in 2013, I told my best friend Veronica Schultz, here's a picture of her, wait, right here, that I was gay. She was very shocked, but she accepted me. And she was there for me when no one else was. And I was extremely, and still am extremely grateful that she was there for me. So after that, I was still feeling emotional. I thought that telling someone would help, but it really wasn't. It didn't give me a sense of closure. I needed to be who I was, or else I would never be happy. So on January 8th, 2014, at around 3 to 4 a.m., I rounded up the courage to tell the world who I was. Noting I was at my dad's house and it was 4 a.m., the option that felt safest to me for my own expense was to express this on Facebook. Not one of my best choices in life, but at the moment it felt like the right thing for me to do because it felt safest for me. So before I posted it, I went to my stepmom and I talked to her. And I gained up the courage to tell her about the fact that I am gay. Before I said it, I felt as if my heart was gonna drop out of my stomach, out of my butt, onto the floor. I was shaking, my heart was pounding, and I felt like it was the end of the world and I was gonna die. Once I said the G word, a rock was gonna fall on me and I was just gonna get crushed. That's how I felt. The moment I said the words, "I'm gay," I felt an enormous pressure lift off my shoulders. Physically, not, but mentally, yes. I felt as if I could be free to be who I am. So I told her how it was going to come out, and she did not really agree with how that was going to happen, but I told her that it's not really up to her, and I did what was best for me at the time. I posted one of those things where it's like 5 likes and I'll answer all of these questions about me, and one of the questions that I had to answer was my sexuality. So I was like, perfect, I'll just do it right here, so it's like fast and easy. So I got 5 likes on it, and I did the questions, and I got to the sexuality thing, and I wrote like a whole paragraph about me saying I was gay to all my friends and family, and how this was me, and I'm sorry if this disappoints you, but I can't hide it anymore. Here's a picture of that post. So, what I didn't know was what I was about to get into, and what was about to happen to me was very, very interesting. A couple hours later, after I went to bed at 4 a.m. and woke up, I woke up to text messages from my mother asking me if it was true, and I'm not gonna lie, she said some pretty hurtful things, but I understand where she was coming from. She was shocked and she kind of felt hurt because it went against her beliefs, and I'm her son, and what else was she supposed to think? So yeah, she said some pretty hurtful things, and yes, I did cry a lot. It didn't stop there. The next person I had to deal with was my grandmother. I love my grandmother. She's an awesome grandma. She's an awesome person. But when it comes to homosexuality, she does not support it at all. She is very against it, like 100% against it. And her reaction to me being gay and coming out was not pretty. She started posting these on Facebook and talking about me behind my back with my mother, and talking bad about my father, and talking bad about my best friend Veronica, trying to think that it's her fault, which it wasn't. Overall, my grandma was just shocked, and she was like just lashing out because she was shocked and felt hurt, which I understand, but she still shouldn't have done that. So a lot of that happened. She didn't stop, and after a while, I was not living with my mom at the time, not because she kicked me out, but because I didn't feel at home there. I didn't feel wanted, because things were different. When I got home, I wasn't treated really different, but I could feel something. Something was different. The way everyone looked at me and treated me, I got this huge gut feeling that something was different. So I stayed with my dad for a couple months. I still went to school and all that. Dealt with kids at school telling me that I did it all for attention, and I did it all just so I could, be closer to my friends that are girls and get with them, and just stupid teenage stuff that really I don't even care about, but that still happened to me. Over the course of the months, I found, yes, I'm going to talk about this, I found Tyler Oakley. If you don't know who Tyler Oakley is, first of all, you're obviously new to my channel. He is an LGBT community YouTuber and has inspired me to be who I am today. From then on, I was instantly obsessed. Not obsessed in like a creepy stalker way, but obsessed because his videos gave me hope, strength, and made me feel like I had a place in the world. Although it didn't really stop the pain and like the victimization from family and friends a lot, it did help. And it got me through it. Because without his videos, without being introduced into the YouTube community, I would have never stood up for myself the way I did. I would have never started this YouTube channel, which I love and I want it to be my future. And although I'm not really popular right now, I want to continue to grow it. I'm only in high school, I have time. Without him, I wouldn't have ever made it through that. And that's why a lot of people get confused on why I like him so much and get annoyed that I talk about him constantly, but he helped me through something that nobody else could have ever helped me through. After months of retaliating, arguing with my grandparents and mothers, things started to calm down. I started my YouTube channel sometime in February. I think it was like around February 15th, like a little bit after Valentine's Day. My first video explaining what had happened. I regret posting that video because I said a lot of rude remarks. A lot. Not on purpose. I mean, everything I said was 100% true, but I could have rephrased a lot of it. And it made my family look bad, and my family members were getting hate mail, and so that was another whole explosion. So I took that video down because of all those personal reasons, and I thought one day I'll do it again. Better. Which I'm doing right now. I went home to my mom's house. And we had a discussion. She had her opinions and I had my opinions, but we had to agree to disagree. I was her son, she loved me, she was my mom, I loved her. And nothing was going to change that. Regardless of religious views and world society views, we weren't going to let that get in the way of our family relationship, and we weren't going to ruin that. So from then on, things were good. Now, on the other hand, with my grandmother, things didn't die down. She just didn't get the fact that I was gay, and she had to accept that. And if not accept that, tolerate it, because it wasn't going to change. A couple more weeks went on, and things started to die down. She started to come to terms. My dad, we all had a huge discussion. I stood up for myself for once, and I wasn't going to take it anymore. She started to die down. I mean, we both had our opinions. We couldn't change anything. I mean, it wasn't just her either. It was a couple other of my family members, but they were all kind of grouped together with her, so it was like the same thing. So a couple of my family members, but after that, things started getting back to normal, as normal as they could be. I still kind of felt different for a while and felt like I was treated different, but that started to die down after a while. I got into YouTube. I'm obsessed with YouTube. I still am today, and that helped me through it. I started making regular videos, and I still am making regular videos all the time, and I could never be happier. Although my family put me through hell, basically, if I had the chance right now, if someone came to me and was like, if you could reverse that and not do that, would you? I would say no. I would say no because simply through the fact that even though my family did that to me and hurt me, and I retaliated, and it was just a huge explosion, that series of events has shaped me into the person I am today. If I would have never done that, I would have never met the friends I have today, succeeded as much as I have today. I would have just stayed the bitter person I was. I was mean to kids at school. I was just a terrible kid. And after I came out, I was different. At least as I saw myself, I was different. So the answer would be no. I would never change it because it's helped with who I am today. I am the Isaac McFadden, and I can handle anything. Now fast forward to August 11th, 2014. I'm doing great. My family and I are in good speaking terms, although I don't talk to a lot of my family because they still haven't grasped the fact that I am gay and they can't do anything to change that. There's no fighting. There may be silence, but hopefully that'll change one day. Hopefully they'll come around, and if they don't, that's their loss. I'm going to continue living my life, and nothing's going to stop me. As far as my future goes, I want to continue with the YouTube thing, because I don't want kids to go through what I went through. I know everyone says this, but it really does get better. Things get better. That bully that you have to deal with at school every day, it won't be like that forever. That depression you have to go through every day, it won't be there forever. The body image issues you have every day, that won't be there forever. The self-esteem issues you have every day, that won't be there forever because it gets better. So once again, the point of this video was not to hurt or start any false stories and such like that. I wanted to share my word and my story with kids, or not even just kids, but adults like me that have to go through discrimination every single day because they want to be who they are. And that's why I'm here to change that. Not only me, but other people like me. We shouldn't have to hide who we are. We shouldn't have to hide the fact that we're different. We shouldn't have to go to public places or school every day and get discriminated and teased because we're different from other people. We shouldn't have laws that ban people like us from going to public places, getting served at restaurants, giving blood, and getting married. We shouldn't have to sit here and watch other people like us hurting themselves and killing themselves because they can't emotionally do what people that come out do. Now I'm sorry to put this sad, emotional video on YouTube, but like I said, that's my story. Thank you for listening if you've watched this far. Don't forget to like my social media, like this video, comment, share. If you want to share your personal coming out story, type that in the comments below. I'll read it. I'll reply if you do that. Share this video with your friends. Please comment, like, share. Follow me on my social media. I have my Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr down there if you want to follow me. There's lots of sassy tweets, Instagram posts, Tyler Oakley, all of that. Do it. You know you want to. So anyways, thanks for watching. Don't die, don't get pregnant, and don't do drugs. Bye, Felicia.